the word brainwashing a lot. And we use it a lot. And I kind of think it's probably been overused. It's just become one of those things that doesn't really have a lot of meaning anymore, even though it's accurate in my opinion. We also use the word triggered a lot. You know, we can say a word or phrase and suddenly, you know, the left is just unhinged and they just become completely unglued and lose control of their emotions, and they're crying and they're screaming and need hugs and cookies and whatever else. But I think honestly that there's something to that. So if you've ever seen the movie Captain America Winter Soldier, I'm a pretty big Marvel fan, at least I used to be, and then, you know, Mark Ruffalo and Chris Evans and pretty much every actor on those movies is completely woke and has just completely gone off the rails, so I really don't support that franchise anymore. But before all of the craziness came out, you know, I love Marvel movies, I love action movies, I love superhero movies, so I've seen all of them, but go with me on this. So if you've seen Captain America Winter Soldier, where Captain America's best friend Bucky is captured by the enemy and then programmed to become the enemy of Captain America. Even though they've been best friends forever, they've been through, you know, war together, they've seen all these things, Bucky's captured and programmed to be the enemy of Captain America. And then he's used as a weapon to fight Captain America. And the method they use is programming his brain to respond to certain words and phrases. And when he hears those words, he can't control his reaction or how he treats his friend. He just automatically starts attacking his friend like he doesn't even know him. And in his mind, his friend, who he's known his whole life, is now the enemy. I have, if you haven't seen this movie, which no judgment, I'm going to play about a minute of this clip. It's about 60 seconds long, but I think the whole thing is relevant. And then I think you're going to see exactly where I'm going with this. So here's that.
Желание. Żawoj.
Stop.
12.
Stop.
Rozwiedź. 5. 9. Dobre kacze chce. Возвращение на родину. 1. Грузовый вагон.
Солдат. Я готов отвечать.
So I don't know if you just had like a aha moment, like a light bulb went on, but it really, like I said, we joke about the word triggered. And we use it towards the left and we're like, oh my gosh, like I can't, you know, I can just say this one word or phrase and suddenly they're just completely off the rails. And it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. There's no rational thinking behind it. There's no logic. There's no sense. It's like, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you, but certain words or phrases and suddenly like it's the end of the world. When these words are spoken, you know, whether it be from the media or from a public platform, especially by particular like government officials, it's like it triggers their base into this hostile reaction. And I think that's what's happening with the phrase MAGA Republicans. It's a word, it's a phrase that they're using to associate with lawlessness and violence and chaos and threats to democracy, and you know, whatever else, fill in the blank. And it's being repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated with the associations with these things that are going to scare people and trigger them into a hostile response. And there's no reasoning. There's no ability to say, what you've been led to believe about, the people associated with this phrase is completely false. What you've been led to believe about, people associated with this phrase being in danger is false. It's like they hear that word, that phrase, and trying to say, hey, that's not true. Like, I am not a threat to democracy. I am not a danger to you. I am not somebody who wishes you harm. It's like one going in one ear and out the other. It's like the hostile reaction takes over, and it's impossible to reason. It's impossible to have a discussion.